I'm surprised they never tried to reboot Crazy Taxi or anything like that.
I think they did when they put it to the PC and it sucked.
Well, they should make a brand new one.
Yeah, but it's not gonna be as good as it.
Maybe.
Not gonna go. Yeah.
They could do like a Kickstarter and like all the original creators come back, and one of the stretch goals is we get the Offspring to make an original soundtrack for it. Why, out of all of the nostalgia-ridden Kickstarters, why not Crazy Taxi? But it would have to be called something different because all these guys come back and make
Uber.
Yeah. I would play.
Please,
Recording that one. I really hope you're recording that one.
Welcome to the Permadeath podcast, everybody. Sponsored by Uber.
Or Lyft.
Enter Uber sponsorship here.
I actually don't know what an Uber is. I just know that people use them instead of taxis now.
It is a taxi that you call by app.
Yeah.
And basically any driver could be an Uber driver.
Yeah, so right now I could apply to be an Uber driver, and I use my own car, and I dispatch from my own house. Like, if anyone near me in this city needs a ride, I'll get pinged, and I don't know how the payment process works, and I don't really know if anyone's an Uber driver in this city I'm in, but it's an interesting thing.
You know how they always say don't get into unmarked cabs? It's an entire business model based on unmarked cabs.
I was gonna say, shouldn't you have like licenses to do stuff like that, or at least we have to in this country?
I assume they probably do like extensive background checks.
Sure.
Maybe.
Based on the stories of
they do.
Uber drivers.
Yeah.
I've heard.
Yeah.
I'm not sure that they do.
But I wonder if it's pricey. I wouldn't mind trying it once just for a story. But then I end up getting an average one, and I don't have a story. It's just, hey, my guy was like a taxi driver.
I hear that it's a little bit cheaper, and I think that the amount that you pay is mildly influenced on whether you're rated as being a good passenger or not. So if you're rated as being a bad passenger, you pay more.
That's right. They can rate you as a passenger when you're done. Like.
Yeah. Well, you can rate them as a driver as well,
yeah.
Which makes sense.
Yeah.
But
what do you gotta do to get a bad rating? Because I'm not gonna do anything. I'm just gonna sit there.
Like, get drunk, call the Uber, throw up in the car.
Now, like, what's to stop them from like just giving me a bad rating as a passenger just because, or like is there like a cred thing like where like the company will know if a driver is just giving people 1 star just to do it? Like,
I mean, they'll probably catch on that this guy is given 300 1-star reviews.
This guy hates everybody.
There's a lot of bad passengers.
This guy hates everyone. Why is he a taxi driver?
I'm picky. Yeah, that's interesting.
This is a game
Uber.
podcast.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Permadeath podcast sponsored by Uber.
What episode is this? What episode was the
episode 19? We're on
19.
Right
Nothing special about 19.
no,
We're up on 20, which is not as good as 21.
19's nothing.
It's all the same, really. Speaking of E3, I'm going to say this right off the bat. I'm not going to be able to finish the highlights. The save file got corrupted, and I don't have motivation to go through E3 and Squeenix again.
That's okay.
Because that was awful.
You know what? I don't blame you.
You know,
so I might just like unlist the streams. I don't know.
It's been a while, like since we've done anything Permadeath wise, and like I know you mentioned yesterday in the chat, like, oh, we could do video this time because we mentioned about it. Oh, and then you just mentioned the highlights, dude. I forgot about everything Permadeath, so you could not have mentioned these things, and I wouldn't even know they existed.
No.
And then you would be like, hey, about with the highlights. I was like, what? What highlight video? Oh, that one.
It should literally just be you going, oh.
My personal highlight is Bill going off for 20 seconds going, mobile. Because of the woman in EA who was talking about mobile games. And she's like, oh, we're going to play some mobile.
That was a shit segment, wasn't it? I don't even remember doing that.
EA was pretty much just us being idiots.
Yeah. I think that's when I started drinking on. I think I started drinking during the EA one.
That sounds about right. Because you had to leave like 5 times.
Yeah, that's right. I missed Plants vs Zombies because I had to pee. Because when I drink beer, it's game over. But yeah, it's
beer
been a
is
while.
what you need to get through.
Get through, most of them.
Oh,
Just
you know,
about all
I
of
had
them.
to do all of the E3 streams, and then I was like, okay, I'm kind of done with E3. And then we had to do like the wrap up stream here. and then I had to do another wrap-up podcast, and I was just so done with E3. I'm so done.
That's what I was like. It's been so long since we've done this, and like since June, the end of June.
It has been 65 days.
Wow.
And at the end of it, like I was like, oh man, I'm kind of game talked out for a little bit. And luckily, I mean, like everybody, it was kind of difficult to schedule anyway. And like I was like, okay, that's good because I'm done talking about games for a little bit. And yeah, E3. I'll just say this: I don't want to do that again next year, in the same way.
In the same way, no.
We could do. We'll talk about this after this.
I say we just do the big three, personally.
Big three,
yeah.
And then we could do like.
And then we
probably watch the smaller ones.
Yeah.
And then just do like a little.
We could include the little smaller ones in the bigger like wrap up podcast, and then do a live stream for the big ones. Nothing exciting happens at the little ones anyway. Like nothing new gets revealed because usually. Like, all the stuff gets revealed at the big three, and then they'll show additional stuff at the smaller ones. Like, we all knew Assassin's Creed was coming, and this was coming, and Rainbow Six was coming. Ubisoft, what the hell did they show new? Rainbow Six? No. Ghost Recon. Fuck. Tom Clancy, get the hell out of here.
It's alright, he's dead, isn't he?
Oh, shit. Permadeath podcast. This podcast is... I knew he was dead. But... The Permadeath podcast is not held accountable for any Tom Clancy. So anyway, we're a podcast that talks about games. How are you guys doing? Since it's been so long.
I'm doing alright. I've actually played some games.
Whoa!
Cool.
Some of them
down.
Kind of new. Some of them not so new.
Welcome to the podcast that keeps up on shit.
I've not been keeping up on
just
anything.
Not celebrity deaths.
Not anything?
You're going to be like, oh, what have you been playing? I'm going to be like, the same shit I was playing last time I was doing this podcast.
Well, what have you been playing?
Xenoblade Chronicles. I'm still not finished with it.
I restarted that.
I am currently about 95 hours into it, and I'm coming up on like the last bit of game. I've been taking a break from it now though because I realized I was getting towards the end, and I'm like, I don't want it to end. I don't want to finish this yet, so I'm gonna play Pokemon instead. So I finished Pokemon today.
Which one?
Alpha Sapphire.
All right.
Finished that today. Did the Elite Four in one go, which is ridiculous. Just went through it, didn't even save. I was like, no, I'll just like grind a bit on the Elite Four, I guess. Just did it in one go. So that was kind of disappointing. But now I'm on to the Delta episodes, or whatever. But, go play Xenoblade Chronicles.
I'm working on it.
I think I was supposed to play it before this one.
Yeah, I think you were supposed to play it the one before that as well, to be honest.
And you know what else you're supposed to play? Metroid?
Yeah.
Have you bought Metroid yet?
I think it's safe to say I'm never going to buy the Metroid Prime trilogy ever. Because I'm never gonna play it, and I'll buy it when I'm about to actually start playing it.
Oh, I know what I've been playing that's new.
Oh?
Lots of match 3 games, such as Hunie Pop.
There we go. I started playing Hunie Pop.
How are you feeling about Hunie Pop?
I didn't get too far into Hunie Pop. They just announced a new game. Did you see that? Hunie something.
Hunie Pop 2.
Hunie something Studios or something like that.
You joking?
It's another match.
I think
I can't do this again.
There was talk of there being a sequel like a week after the game came out because it was proving successful.
Yeah, and they announced the sequel title and a trailer like a week ago, 2 weeks ago.
I need to pick up that game and only play 4 times with each person, and just ignore the phone forever.
Let's see, I forget
announcing our new upcoming game, Honeycomb Studio.
Yeah, there we
this
go.
Does not seem like a match 3 game. Okay.
Well, now I've got to look at it.
Oh dear.
It's a tycoon management game.
Oh man, I love tycoon management games.
Well, I'm
now my
tell
screen's
you.
full of boo. Oh no. These people don't look anything like the
Oh
Honey Pop.
goodness, it is as well. Oh my god. Okay.
Oh man, you can make $35,000 just throwing someone on cam. Man, I'm just skimming through
It's
this
got a
stuff.
lot of the characters from Honey Pop in as well, so that's the thing.
Yeah, Steam Greenlight.
For those of you who don't know what Honey Pop is, it is a match 3 game based around a dating sim with naked girls.
Yep. I think that sums it up pretty well.
And it's got
I don't really know any other way to
full
say it.
English voice acting.
God, I can't stand some of the voice actors.
That took me by surprise because I didn't know there was English voice acting in it.
What do you think? It was played by Americans, wasn't it?
Well, yeah, I thought it was just going to be text. And I open it up and, like, I start playing it and it's like, hey, bitch! How do you fucking do it, bitch? Want to get some chicks? I'm like, what the fuck? Yeah, let's do this. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to match some threes and get some chicks.
Can we have a fan dub, please?
It's inspirational.
All the girls.
Oh god.
I was taken aback by it, but I like it, and I like, it's funny because like it's such a stupid idea for a game, and like when you would say go and play Honey Pop all day, like it's like it might get a weird look, but the match 3 stuff's pretty fun. I like the concept behind the match 3 stuff, so I would recommend it, and I would also say I'm probably gonna check out Honeycomb Studio too. So
We had
For those people now.
We had someone started playing Honey Pop and then no longer he played the DRM free version so that people couldn't see how long he could play.
You know what? I'm outing him. Andy, it's you. I know it's you.
I wasn't going to add him.
No, I'm outing you. You like Honey Pop. I know you do.
Played it for like 20 minutes, then switched to the DRM free. It's like, yeah. So now I've got like 6 girls, and I'm like,
How?
How?
I openly played this on my Steam for 15 hours, so I need a new hobby. I started.
Pretty boy Honey Pop.
Yeah, I would actually really, really like to see a pretty boy Honey Pop. But then I was like, maybe I should play a match 3 game that's not really perverted. So I started playing Pokemon Shuffle.
Oh, right. What did you think of it?
I'm at the point now where I'm like, you really want me to spend money, but I refuse. I will not do this. Because I'm really stuck on like the Mega Lopunny or something.
Sounds familiar.
I need a fighting Pokemon, and none of the fighting Pokemon want to be caught, apparently, so...
Did you,
that's the thing.
Did you ever play Puzzle Quest?
No.
Ooh. That was like one of the first big ones... It came out it's out on PC and Steam now, but it came out a while ago on the Xbox Live Arcade, and it was like one of the first big, like, match 3 games that were like, holy shit, we're doing something like different with it, aside from it just being here's your score and here's some blocks. Like it's an RPG, and the battle system is based around match 3, and like, I'm sure you can probably catch the drift. You match stuff, and it does damage, and really fun game. I recommend it. It goes on sale sometimes, but and then there's also I've been wanting to pick this up, but I haven't yet. The Puzzle and Dragons game for the 3DS.
I have yet to see that in stores.
I want to get it.
Not Puzzle and Dragons. I always get the plural wrong.
Because I really like it. I played it a bit on my phone, the actual one, and I'm like, well, you know what? I'll play a Mario one. And then I hear the actual Puzzles and Dragons. Is it Dragons? Puzzle and Dragons?
We'll know what
Puzzles and Dragons?
Puzzle and Dragons, I think.
One puzzle, several dragons. There's only one puzzle. Why are the dragons here? Why do they love match 3?
Well, this one on the 3DS comes with 2 full games. It comes with the Puzzle and Dragons Z, and then Puzzle and Dragons Mario, whatever the hell that one's called.
Puzzle and Mario, whatever.
See, that's what I'm thinking I should probably invest in rather than Pokemon Shuffle.
You'll probably enjoy it because there's no microtransactions.
Yeah,
I mean, I haven't spent any money on Pokemon Shuffle yet, and I will continue that way.
Actually, I think I'm gonna buy this Puzzle and Dragons game this week. Sorry.
How much? Speaking of match 3, I really enjoyed Adventure Express, which is by adults, or it's published by Adult Swim. It's for your mobile.
For the mobile.
The mobile. Quite quite enjoyed it, and it didn't force microtransactions down my throat. There we go. Quite as much as I felt Pokemon Shuffle did. Oh man, it's only 18 quid, and I can get it by tomorrow.
Yeah, I think I want to get it for my trip this weekend, so I can play it. Why? How did this turn into me buying a game? Let's.
Because you want to play match 3.
Like, I had no intention of buying this game this week. Here I am gonna spend money on a game. Oh God. So yeah, match 3s.
Yeah, I've not played any match 3s this recently.
Any other cool ones you played, Abby, besides Hunie Pop?
Abby might have just gotten dinner. So I'm going to take over. Last time during the E3 stream, iOS users had Fallout Shelter, and I was very angry because Android had like no release date. And then like a week and a half ago, I randomly stumble upon a tweet that says it comes out on the 13th of August. I'm like, all right, sweet. So I played that a bit. I'm now angry with it because the Android update, the Android version comes with like the Deathclaw update.
Yeah.
So where the iOS people could have been like spamming in, well, not necessarily spamming, but they could be just constantly sending people out to the wasteland and retrieving new dwellers. If I do that, I get attacked by Deathclaws, and the combat in the game is awful because the moment an enemy leaves the room, the people in that room just don't care anymore. They don't follow it. It's like, I'm not dying right now. Life is good. Let the other guys deal with it.
Are you talking about Fallout Shelter?
Yeah, because you vanished.
Yeah, my internet does this thing now where it's just like, nah.
Fair enough.
It just goes away for a second and it messes up all of the calls that I'm ever in, ever.
Well, at least we know now. I feel like the game could be a lot better if there were a few like UI changes, like if there was an easier way to arm people, to work out who's armed and who's not, because at the moment you put a tap on everyone and they keep moving like idiots because they're all on coffee break, because I've got like 300 people more than I have jobs for because I can't afford more jobs.
Damn, man.
See, that game just doesn't run on my phone.
The population.
I can't stop them having babies. 3 dogs had like 400. That's a lie. My population's only like 128, but most of them are 3 dog. So they've all got last name Dog.
1 dog, 2 dog, 3 dog.
So now that I've rented that Fallout Shelter, have you played anything else, Abby? Any 3?
I stopped playing Bastion yesterday.
Oh yeah.
First time ever.
Good game.
I keep meaning to stream that so that I actually have the motivation to play it.
Do you like it?
It's like, I felt like I should do something that wasn't a Nintendo game, because I knew we were going to be recording Permadeath, and I was like, I'm going to play some Bastion. So I played some Bastion, and Bastion's really, really good so far.
How far are you?
Yeah.
Not very far at all, to be honest. I've played like the first 4 levels or something. Played for nearly an hour. But I just
it takes me that long to get to the place where you meet the narrator guy, and that's the place I always stop. It's like, I have no idea what I'm doing here now. Bye.
Really?
Yeah.
Because you just go to the like end of the Bastion, and then you can go to the sky from there.
Oh.
It's like you can choose which world you want to go to.
Oh.
Speaking
I'm
of
not good at
Bastion,
games.
I think I'm gonna replay Bastion.
I'll let you know how I get on, because I want to play more of it. So.
Fine. I'll try and get, because I've got a fairly quiet week this week. I might try and blitz it.
You should jump onto Transistor after you beat Bastion.
I didn't like Transistor that much. I gave up.
I
gave up.
I don't
because
own
I didn't
Transistor,
like
so.
It's very pretty inside.
I'm going to try and get through some of my backlog of games, because I'm looking at my backlog and I'm like, oh god.
How long is yours?
I have 188 games.
That is better.
I don't know how many of them I've played.
It's better than my 280.
I've given up hope.
Yep.
I've given up hope on mine, where I don't even know what mine is, because I have so many physical. I've never counted like combined digital and physical stuff. And
This is just my Steam library.
And it's like I just gotta stop buying stuff.
It's so hard.
But,
I hate to tell you, Bill, but I'm telling you to play a JRPG that's at least 100 hours long.
This is the thing is like in my head like in September a bunch of stuff comes some stuff. Well, I haven't played any Metal Gear in my life. I kind of regret not getting into it because everything I'm hearing about 5 is pretty neat, but at the same time Konami I don't know, it's complicated. But I want to get Mad Max on the first. But like in my head, I'm like, I can't start Mad Max until I beat I can't start another single player game until I beat Persona 4. But I'm only 20 hours into Persona 4, and that's 70, 80, depending on what you do. And I'm very meticulous when it comes to going through the games I play. I do everything. I try to. So like that's a long game. I'll never play anything because I'm never gonna beat Persona 4. So I'm just gonna buy stuff and it's just gonna sit there. Yeah. Like that's just an MMO, which I'll just play. Which because in my head that's okay because that doesn't count because that's just a persistent game. That's like playing an FPS. That doesn't count towards my backlog.
Speaking of FPS, sorry, it's actually third person. The Splatoon update came out.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Yeah, Splatoon.
It did come out. The big August update. Whenever someone mentions Splatoon, just wait till August to buy it. Just wait.
You know what? It wasn't quite as good as I thought it was gonna be.
I was gonna say, yeah. Like now that the August update is out, does it really like in your head go, wow, yeah, now it's huge? I mean, like not saying the game. I was never on the end of the game's lacking content to begin with. But, like, does it now, like, everyone was like, the August update, baby! Like, does it really feel like it was really anything different than, like, your usual stuff that they do?
I will say...
I like that I can play ranked with my friends, but I wanted to be able to play turf wars with my friends on the same team.
Yeah,
that's the biggest disappointment for me.
That's a bummer.
That's the one I don't get. Like, I have actually played ranked now, and I think I've ranked up purely because I can play with people, and it's not just me against 7 other Japanese people.
Yeah.
Instead, it's 4 of us against 4 Japanese people.
Dude, yeah, what?
They're all snipers.
Why is everybody Japanese on Splatoon now?
Because they want that $1 million.
I was playing it at like 7 p.m., which is like peak time for America on the East Coast, and they whoop ass. If you're Japanese, you're listening to this, could you please like go play your other games for a little bit so I could win in Splatoon?
I was thinking on the Japanese aren't typically well known for being like great at esports. It tends to be the North Koreans or the South Koreans, one of them, and then America. I can't remember. Yeah, I guess the South Koreans make more sense.
Kim Jong-un loves his StarCraft.
He loves Splatoon.
He's a squid now. That Kim Jong-un.
Yeah.
Are you an un now?
Sorry.
Go ahead. Sorry.
So yeah, I am surprised that the Japanese are so good at that game.
It took over there. It took over there. There's like popular J-pop artists who are playing Splatoon and posting about it on Twitter. There's some J-pop singer who is an A+. I know it was like upvoted on Reddit like 1,000 times. Like, oh, whatever her name is, Yami is an A+ on Splatoon. And I'm like, what? What the hell? So that's I get like it's. But at the same time, I thought it sold really well everywhere. So I'm surprised that, like, I'm not exaggerating. Like, okay, I'll play with a bunch of Japanese people, and then one person will be named Paul. So I'm like, all right.
Yeah.
There's my buddy. There it is. He's on the opposite team, though.
I think what you'll find is you'll play randomly, and then you'll suddenly see a lot of hashtag name swag just popping in.
I changed my name to Good Effort, and we haven't played since. So it's like...
Yeah, we saw.
Yeah.
We saw. Yeah, so I like that Ranked has squad battle now, and we haven't really played around with the private lobby too much, just because there's never that many of us around at once.
Yeah, but
it ends up being 2v2.
That's kind of. I wish they'd make a tournament lobby instead.
Yeah, but the fact that there isn't a turf war squad system just boggles my mind, because for the longest time that's what I thought it was going to be, and that squad battle for Ranked would be the worst idea ever, because you could effectively try and cheat the system, which you can't. Turns out I was wrong on that front, but still, the fact that you can't turf war, it's a bit weird.
Yeah, I mean, there's a there's a good argument for both modes to be available in squad battle, and I don't understand why the people who want to play with a party of exclusively their friends need to play the ranked modes when, like, the main mode in the game is turf war. Like, despite what, like oh, ranked is the one that, like, for not obviously not for everybody. Ranked isn't what brings everybody back. Like turf war is what the game was advertised around. Like, you don't have to kill people. You could paint and still be useful. The game's unique. Blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
Because honestly, when you break it down, the ranked modes aren't different than what you'd find in other games. Like turf war. Splat Zone is King of the Hill. Tower control is Payload from Team Fortress. Rainmaker is like Oddball from Halo.
Still need to play that one. Every time I try, it's not around.
So it's like, turf war is like the Splatoon mode. Like, this is the one where it's like, holy shit, yeah, this is awesome because there's so many. You can be an asset to your team. It's fun for everybody. Kids can play this mode. It's not. I mean, there's no way to get flamed in the game anyway by people, but like, it's really fun to just be like, fuck it, I don't want to shoot anybody today. I'm just gonna paint. So the fact that you can't play that with your friends, like, still, and it's obviously never gonna happen because that's a big update unless they plan another big one like.
Well, they've
the
said
August
that they're planning on doing constant, at least content updates map wise.
Yeah.
So maybe at some point there will be a squad turf thing that just rolls out and they're like, hey, look, we've got this thing now.
It's just
because I can't imagine it's much more difficult to do than introducing squad battle for ranked.
Yeah.
Like on a technical level.
Yeah, I guess the infrastructure.
It's just that you're applying it to turf war rather than rank.
I just don't get what they were thinking with that one. Why they didn't think to. I mean, like, hey, great, I can play ranked and play with people I know and that I trust instead of random people. Because playing ranked with random people is torture on any game. And Rocket League's no, motherfucker. But, like, I don't always want to play with the stress of, like, oh, shit, we lost. And yeah, it's never been that hard to get into a game with your friends in Turf War, but I don't always get to play with them, and that sucks. Like,
yeah, it's like I want to be on the same team as some of my friends.
Yeah.
Rather than being against them, because it's like it's such a big deal when we managed. I think we've done it maybe twice to get 4 of us on a team in a room of like
3 or 4, but then there were some disconnects in a couple of them. I mean, it is nice that I can brutally murder other people and get angry about it, whilst in a Skype call, it's like that works quite well.
I would prefer to be on the same team as Pat, because he destroys me every time we play.
Yeah,
and I feel bad every time
because Pat's secretly Japanese.
Just whoops my ass with that roller, and like I'm just like, God damn it, get on my team, Pat. If you're listening, Pat, get on my team. Hashtag get on my team, Pat. Please.
Hashtag please.
But yeah, the other stuff. What else they add in the August update? More gear.
They had the Ika Musume.
Yeah, they brought that over. I'm happy with that. Overall, I don't want to sound too negative about the update.
No,
because it was the big thing with squad battles. It kind of just killed the buzz for me, like a little bit. Like, all right, yeah, squad battle, all right. It's not as good as I thought it was gonna be because it's not what I technically thought it was.
Yeah,
I like the increase in level cap.
Yeah.
God, the way that you level up now takes forever.
I'm kind of happy about that because it means then that it'll take a little bit longer.
Yeah, but I'm still seeing people who are like getting towards level 40 or whatever, and I'm like, how? Do you do nothing but play this game?
Non-stop splatting.
Also, like, I think playing ranked mode levels you up faster.
That's true.
Yeah.
So they could just be playing a lot of ranked mode and then a little bit of turf war on the side.
Well, it levels you up faster if you win.
Well, I think if you survive through to the end, you get as many level up points as if you won a game of turf war.
Mm-hmm.
But you still get points just for participating. It's like a point per minute. And then you get 5 points for living through to the end, and then you get, is it 10 if you win?
Yeah. I think it's 10 if it's a knockout.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
They also added the splatling gun and the bucket.
Which I don't like either.
Forget the slosher. Forget that noise. It's horrible.
Yeah, no one should play with that. It's awful.
I know.
If
Are you guys ribbing at Matt right now? Is that what this is? Because he's a big
Oh,
slosher.
no.
He's a big slosher.
I mean,
fan.
yes.
Well, that was me trying to reverse psychology people into not ever
Oh,
touching the slosher
yeah.
because screw anyone who uses the slosher. That needs nerfing.
I hate it.
Yeah, it does.
It needs to be slowed down.
Why do I suck with every good weapon? Okay,
Yeah.
that's a question. Well, I don't suck.
How'd you get good at a weapon?
I don't suck with the 52 gal, but like at the same time, like I don't want to use anything else but the 52 gal deco because that's the only thing I'm like, because like I have had a big problem with the Splatoon arsenal. And I think Kinross, you and I mentioned this briefly on Twitter, or maybe it was in Skype, about how there's like a vast majority of the weapons I don't touch because they just have shitty loadouts.
Oh, it's the
like,
supers and the subs. And
yeah,
things, yeah,
like I get they want to preserve balance by like not letting you like mix and match your super and sub like with like okay, yeah, this guy's using the arrow spray but he has an ink strike and a kraken, like yeah, that'd be a little fucking crazy, but like
well, yeah, because both of them are supers.
maybe
Yeah, have the kraken as a sub.
maybe you know, like let them pick our sub maybe, like or something, you know, because like there's so many weapons, so many variants. I'm just like, well, I'm never gonna use that because I'm not using the beacon and the thing that lets me throw a portable UAV. Like, or like, I'm not using that. Like, that's crap.
Yeah, if it doesn't have ink strike, echolocate, or I think there's one that I'm a bit more willing for. I can't remember it though. Then I just don't touch it.
Like, I'm very partial to what's the name of the sub that tracks them down? It's like a thing that swims in the ground and like
the Seeker.
Yeah, the Seeker.
The little boat explosive.
I really like the Seeker and I really like the ink strike, so the 52 gal deco gives me what I need. I don't ever want to use it. I've gotten really good at using the Seeker and I have extreme use for the ink strike in the modes I play, so it's like, why would I ever touch anything else?
Yeah.
And like, and all these new guns that come out, I'm like, oh cool, oh what's the loadout? I'm not gonna use it. Like, and that's maybe not fun. Like I'm no fun for doing that, but at the same time, it's like maybe give me some kind of way to like, hey, you could pick your sub, or like this weapon you could pick between two different loadouts, or maybe you can go to Spike and spend things and randomly change the loadout or something. I don't know. Maybe some weapon customization instead of just gear customization would be cool. But that's
it also makes some of the gear useless because I think all of my gear has at least one slot that's dedicated to bomb efficiency, which I don't use.
Yeah.
So
can we talk about Splatfest for a second and how America's is way cooler than anything that will ever be?
Well, we have Autobots and Decepticons this time.
Yeah, but they had marshmallows and hot dogs last time.
You know?
But this time we have Sing versus Dance.
And the time before that they had roller coasters versus water slides.
Hey, that's a cool one.
What did we have that time? We had
Eat versus
We've had Rock
Sleep.
versus Pop, we've had Eat versus Sleep, and we've had
North versus South.
North versus South Pole.
That's a fucking stupid one.
Yeah.
No, it's which one would you? It's not which is better. It's which would you prefer to visit. It's just that no one paid attention to that part. It's just which is better.
It's still stupid.
Like
it's basically pink. Would you prefer to be meet a penguin or a polar bear?
Yeah, and I picked the polar bear and I fucking paid for it, didn't I?
Did you lose? Did your side lose?
Yep.
It was pretty close.
Team Marshmallow won. I picked Marshmallow. But you know, I picked... At first I was puzzled when I saw it in text what the Splatfest was, and then I realized it's what you grill or what you roast over a fire, because we do roast hot dogs over fires here. And I do that on a regular basis in the summer, like whenever we have fires here. And like this 2 nights ago, I was roasting a hot dog over a fire, and then I ate it. I'm like, I should have picked Team Hot Dog. This is good. But then Team Hot Dog lost, so it's like, well, I picked the good side then, because I figured everyone was gonna pick Marshmallow anyway, because like nobody's gonna pick Hot Dog. But yeah,
I wouldn't have been able to pick one because.
They're a vegetarian hot dogs.
Oh, that's right.
They're vegetarian marshmallows, but they're really hard to get hold of. And vegetarian hot dogs taste like crap. They taste like actual cardboard tubes.
I don't mind them.
Did you
Corn
see
hot dogs?
Did you see the dialogue between Callie and Marie about marshmallows and hot dogs?
No, Bill. We're in America.
Was it Callie or Marie? I don't remember. I don't remember if people posted it online or not. But It was one of them, and they mentioned whoever was the Team Hot Dog one. They're like, "Oh, I'm supporting my team because I love pink tubes of meat," and I'm like, "What? Come on, Nintendo! You gotta be kidding me with this!"
Callie.
What the fuck?
Sorry.
I'm gonna type in Splatoon pink tube of meat.
Yeah, that's not gonna turn up anything weird. Nope. Let's just go silent for a little while.
She said it. She said something about tubes of meat. Anyway.
All right.
Yeah, Splatfest.
What was the other thing that annoyed me about Splatoon, the update?
Yeah, I think I had something too about the update.
I can't remember.
I forget. Actually,
all I know is that they
haven't. Oh, go ahead,
they haven't increased the map rotation to 3 yet.
No, and there's a new map last week.
Yeah, which I haven't played on yet.
Yeah,
and I've still not really played on Camp Triggerfish properly, but
what we really do need to organise like an after.
Rainmaker came out. I haven't played Rainmaker.
Fun mode.
Every time I'm like, should we see if Rainmaker's on today? It's like, oh, no, it's not.
That's what. Okay, like I always see people's reasoning for why Nintendo rotates out the modes and stuff. Like they don't want to separate the player base. They want to keep everyone focused, so you always have people to play with.
Yeah.
But like, oh, new mode comes out, you might not get to play it until tomorrow. Are you serious?
It's usually in circulation, but what if you're busy that day? It's not in circulation for a fucking week then. It's like
I can't base my day around when the fuck Rainmaker is in the rotation. Like either I have shit to do or like, oh fuck, I missed it. Well, I'm going to bed because I can't play the new mode they put out. That's supposed to be really fun. Fuck me.
What annoys me about ranked is sorry, Phil.
That's what I'm talking about.
Perfect
cylinder.
She does not look happy about it. What was I saying? Oh yeah, that it doesn't in the update telling you about the map rotation. It doesn't tell you what the ranked game mode is.
Yeah.
Into the lobby to find out.
Yeah.
How hard would it be to have a screen that says ranked mode is not turf war, Splat Zone?
You know what I would like?
Very difficult.
I mean, I'm sure it was ways to just look it up on Reddit on your phone, but like, I would really like a Callie and Marie companion app for my phone that gives me the rotations or the maps and the modes. So when I'm like at work or something, or I'm coming home, I could check what it is and like, oh yeah, I'll jump on and try that out or something, you know, and.
Instead of standing on your Wii U and going, oh, I don't want to play this.
Yeah, well, I wasted that time. Let's turn it back off and unplug it and put the HDMI
what you basically rely on is me coming
put it in the cupboard
and what the rotation is and be like, we don't want to play this one, guys. They've got pork mackerel and
they should have redid that fucking map. That's what they should have done.
Oh yeah, they redid
Urchin Underpass.
They did a lot of stuff. They did a lot of
like
it was a big update in terms of scope, like in terms of glossing over like the game and like here's their August update, and they did add there was something about it I was gonna say, I forget what it was.
You can do it, Bill.
But yeah, they ruined Urchin Underpass.
Shit, I just don't remember. I like the changes to Urchin Underpass.
I wish that there
I'm
was
on the
like
side
an alpha
where...
and omega or an alpha beta version so that both still existed.
Yeah.
Like there are
it
parts
still exists on still exists on the what the fuck do you call it? Co-op, like couch co-op. Like that's still the same.
Okay, that's a bit weird.
Yeah, I don't know why, but it is. Anyway. Can we talk about the stuff that's coming out like towards the end of this year?
Are we finished games we played?
Just while we're on the Nintendo thing.
Okay. Right, yeah.
Because
Crossing.
No.
Look,
you stop. Yeah, you
the
stop.
The Amiibo Festival comes with Isabelle and Digby Amiibos. That's amazing.
And some other ones, but like towards the end of this year, I'm thinking. Right, I've got to start thinking about Game of the Year stuff, right? We're gonna get to that point.
Yeah, it's coming up.
Next podcast.
And then I looked at the like. Yeah, probably.
Episode 20.
the timetable for like what's coming out just from Nintendo. There's like Mario Maker, there's 2 Animal Crossing games.
Mario Maker.
Yeah, but Amiibo
Nintendo
Festival
America
yeah.
are getting Yoshi's Woolly World. Triforce Heroes. There's Yokai Watch is coming out. Star Fox Zero finally has a fucking release date. I'm so excited. But although it's the same day as Mario Tennis in this country, which kind of sucks.
Oh, I forgot about Mario Tennis.
Then there's Xenoblade Chronicles X, and then there's more Pokemon games coming out, and there's still Fallout to do, and
They've not announced this year's Pokemon, have they?
There's a Mystery Dungeon game.
Oh.
It's not proper.
All right, then.
But like, there's all that coming out in addition to all the stuff that I've already played this year and really liked. I just feel like I'm gonna have a really bad time choosing this year, where it was really easy last year, where I was just like, yeah, it's Hyrule Warriors.
Gonna be tough.
I think I've only got.
Be fun.
I've got one obvious one for now, and then we'll see what the end of the year brings.
Mine's Bloodborne. I don't know if it's gonna change for much.
But in Super Mario Maker, you can have custom sounds.
In Mario Maker?
Yeah.
Dude, it's hilarious.
On local, you can have custom sounds.
Yeah, people can't see them online, obviously, because you can speak fuck. But, dude, I was watching so many... Giant Bomb did DMX Goomba. I don't know if you guys know... do you guys know who DMX is?
No, but I saw the tweet.
Yeah, he's a rapper who always growls and goes like, what? And all this stuff. And Giant Bomb made... Oh, I punched my mic. They made a level where the Goomba comes out of the pipe and makes DMX noises, and it worked. So I love it. I'm looking forward to that game more and more every time I see more stuff about it. Oddly, like, kind of came out of nowhere. Slowly came out of nowhere for me, like my excitement for it. I was always looking forward to Mario Maker, but I'm pretty pumped for that. Soon.
I probably won't pick it up until like a month down the line, at which point I won't be in the country. So I'll probably just wait till the new year.
You get the Japanese one.
Wait, are we talking about Mario Maker?
Yeah.
I thought you pre-ordered it.
Oh yeah, I did, because I want the book. I don't want the amiibo. I want the amiibo to just go away. It's an ugly thing, but I wanted the book.
Yo, did you see the Squid Girl costume in Mario Maker turns into a squid when you're in the underwater levels?
What?
Welcome to Mario Maker.
The game's insane.
I'm so excited.
I don't know whether I want to cancel my pre-order for it or not.
I'm on the fence about it because it's an expensive time. I've got Fallout twice. I've got £115 going on Amiibo at the moment in September.
Holy shit, man.
Because they're not on Nintendo yet at the regular retail price, so I'm having to pay game prices of £15 each.
More importantly, though, finally have a release date for Star Fox. Finally have a release date for Star Fox.
What is that?
I have been waiting
What is that?
10 fucking years for this game. Comes out on November 20th in this country.
I think it's a American simultaneous release.
Nice. Everyone's gonna play Star Fox.
Nah.
And in a month, I'm gonna be at EGX, so maybe they'll have Star Fox there so I can play it before I buy it.
Probably.
Nintendo was supposed to be there, but they haven't announced what they're doing yet, I don't think.
It'll be Mario Maker and probably a bit of Chronicles X. And,
but I don't want Mario Maker, because Mario Maker would have been out by this point. Only just, but it'll be out.
I don't know. Maybe the Division the Division. Rainbow Six Siege got delayed.
Oh my god!
Yeah, some people care about that. I care a little bit. I like the look of Siege.
I'm kind of surprised they haven't delayed Tomb Raider, so it's not clashing with Fallout 4. That's such a terrible idea.
Well, Star Fox comes out, 10 days later?
Mm-hmm. At least I don't have to pay for Fallout.
Yeah, Abby, can you get me Fallout for Christmas?
Oh.
No. So, Bill, what have you been playing?
Well, I guess I could start with something. Do you
want to get the angry one out of the way first, or?
I mentioned briefly about the Black Ops 3 beta that I played. This
yeah, there
week.
was an open beta.
Yeah, it was open for the weekend. Which
I found out about it an hour ago.
And then during the week, you had to pre-order it to get the code. But there's ways around that. Like you could go to like what I did. You go to Amazon and you pre-order the game, and Amazon doesn't charge you until the game ships. So you just place your pre-order, and they send you the codes, and then you just cancel your order. So I mean, but I guess they probably figured like, well, fuck, everyone's doing that. Let's just put it up on the fucking store to download. Fuck it. So I figured out of curiosity I'd do that because everyone was playing it, and at the time of every Call of Duty's release, like, and it happened with Advanced Warfare, and it happened with some of the beta of Black Ops 3 until people played the beta more, including myself. People go like, "Oh man,
this is a good time for me to go and get a drink." By the way.
Yeah, probably. People go, "Oh yeah, this one's actually good now. Yeah, this one's surprisingly good." And it's like, you know, you hear stuff like that, and you're like, "Yeah, good," because I want a Call of Duty game to like be like good, like cause I like the gameplay in Call of Duty, and every year I'm like, can they just like
stop?
Can they just
like
stop adding stuff, like on top of stuff? Here's my problem with Black Ops 3, and I didn't hate what I played. Black Ops 3, instead of Advanced Warfare, introduced character customization where you create your character and you put him in cool outfits and you dress him up like a doll. Black Ops 3 gets rid of that in favor of specialists, which are like characters that you pick from. Like instead of creating your guy, it's almost like a MOBA or like Dirty Bomb or Team Fortress 2, where you pick a character with a personality and a name, and they have special abilities, and you can still customize your loadout like every other Call of Duty game. But they basically copied Destiny and their supers. Right. In that, like, you have this thing that charges up, and then you press L1 R1 and you initiate your super. They don't call them supers, but everyone's gonna call them supers because that's what they fucking are. And I liked that. I know some people didn't like it because you can't customize the character in the way they look, but I liked it because they were more detailed in a sense, in that they had a personality and they had mannerisms and they had reasons for having the powers they had, and they had a cool look to them. It was like playing a different game, because like when you're done, like when you start a game, it's like playing Dirty Bomb or TF2, where it shows everyone's classes and then like it shows their characters they pick, and it's like, this is kind of neat, like this is different. But like and I liked it. I played for a little bit, and then you start playing it more, and then you start getting killed by weird shit, and you're like, wait a second, what are like? I can't even articulate the way I feel about Call of Duty at this point, because I always buy it because there's always stuff in it that I want to play with friends, and it's gonna be no exception with Black Ops 3. I'm probably gonna buy it, but there's too much stuff that they keep adding. It's almost like they're scared if they scale it back a little bit, people are gonna go, "Where's all the stuff?" But at the same time, people are like, "Could you please stop adding the stuff?" I guess they feel like they can't win, but like. There's the kill streaks that used to be in Call of Duty. It used to be 3, 5, and 7 kills. You get to initiate a UAV, an airstrike, or a helicopter, and then it got progressively crazier and crazier and crazier to the point where instead of just having 3 balanced streaks, let's give you a giant list of shit you could pick from, and then you could just go buck wild. And at the same time, it's like, I don't use the streaks anymore because there's so many to pick from that I don't care. They're okay, that one's a missile strike that has cluster bombs. That's a missile strike that has a heat-seeking missile. That's a missile strike that shits out a dog. This is a missile strike that comes down and blows. This one's a missile strike that shits out drones. This is a thing. This is a drone strike. This is a thing with spikes on it. In Black Ops 3, there's the I would love some kind of video edit where somebody puts an ink strike in Call of Duty. It'd be hilarious. Like, there's in Black Ops 3, there's these weird spheres that you can sick on people that have spikes on them, and it's like, what the fuck is happening? What is going on? Like, you're dying from so many things, and like, you could jump so high, and people are all over you, and people are respawning behind you and shooting you in the back, and there's balls with spikes, there's missile strikes, there's little drones flying around all at once. Like, holy fuck. Just scale it back a little bit. You can have the crazy movement if you want. You can have the specialists. You can have this. But holy fuck, the whole game is just watch out for the shit that's coming after you.
I think that they're really driving home the idea that war is hell.
Yeah.
So I think I was watching someone play it the other day, and they got killed by bees.
I wouldn't be surprised at this point if you got killed by cats.
I want some. If that is the case, I demand that someone crosses the Wicker Man audio with Call of Duty now.
Not the bees.
The bees!
I think it would be. I wouldn't be surprised if there are bees in that game if they don't have a challenge to do that's called not the bees.
Shall we Google this?
Black Ops bees. Oh my god, what? Bee warfare?
Oh my god.
I'm really hoping this is a joke title.
Oh, Kinross, here you go, man. You got your wish, buddy.
I can't tell if this is joke footage or not.
But yeah, so it's more modern day. It's more like 2000, like what you'd expect out of Call of Duty in 2015. That's what you're getting with it.
I love that
Chain lightning and robot bees.
Oh, robot bees. They're not legit bees.
No,
okay.
yeah.
I'm disappointed.
They're robot bees. Why are they robot bees?
Because they're drones.
Why don't you just figure out a way to tame wasps? Wasps are horrible.
Because then you'd have like a swarm of angry wasps by your wrist that you shoot out and hope that they don't go for you.
Yeah, that's why you have to tame them. Tame the wasps.
Yeah, teach them a training montage of like.
What you mean, like when the Russians taught the dogs to run under the tanks? It didn't go well.
So yeah, Call of Duty.
That's a history lesson for you.
That's where we teach here on the Permadeath podcast. Sponsored by Uber.
World War II history.
Sponsored by Uber.
There's one thing in it that's interesting to me in the beta is that you can see your ping number. I know that's a weird thing, like be like, oh wow, in this day.
A console. But
yeah, you can hit the options button or the start button or whatever the fuck plus button on the Xbox One, whatever it would be. It shows you your ping. It shows you a graph of your connection, and it shows you your packet loss. It's like, wow, they're like, I assume that means
I assume that's just for the beta.
I assume that's somewhat dedicated servers then for the first time, because my ping and packet loss would be kind of like packet loss especially would kind of be irrelevant in terms of like me connecting to a peer-to-peer host. But interesting. And then you can go into like the options and you could see all your connection info and like all your location and your connection strength, like all within the game. And it's like, I guess they're kind of like saying like, hey, this is the first Call of Duty where you're not going to complain about lag. So that's one step up. But other than that, it's Call of Duty. It feels like Call of Duty. If you like Call of Duty, you're not gonna hate it. But at the same time,
Call of Duty and you hate bees.
You might hate it.
You might not like it.
So yeah, I played that a little bit. I didn't play it as much as I thought I was going to. Played some Rocket League.
Oh, have you? I've not heard anything from you about Rocket League.
I just want to apologize.
How do you feel about Rocket League?
To everyone on Twitter.
I hear that there's a ranked mode.
I play Rocket League and I need a place to vent. Because there's no one wants to listen to me in my house. Well, I never asked anyone if they wanted to listen to me. They hear me enough coming from my room playing this game. I tweet a lot when I play ranked in Rocket League. And,
what is Rocket League for the people who do not know?
If you don't know what Rocket League is, what have you been doing? If you don't know what Rocket League is, it's soccer with cars, basically. Came out for free on PlayStation Plus. It's on Steam for $20. You can play with cross-platform, have some fun. It's a new great esport for everybody to jump in on. It's really as simple as it sounds. It's soccer with cars.
It's kind of hard to control, though, I find.
It can be. It's a little disorienting when you first start, especially with the two camera options too. Ball cam can be kind of a pain in the ass, and not using ball cam can also be kind of a pain in the ass. But it's a very fun game to try to master, because there's something that happens to you chemically when you score a goal. That's like, this is the most satisfying thing in the world, and like. That's what I'm addicted to, and I keep playing it, and I play ranked 1v1, and I flip the fuck out, and I can't take my life anymore. I hate my life because of it, but it's a very fun game. I don't really have much to say about Rocket League, to be honest with you, aside from that, don't play 1v1 ranked, because it's the fucking worst thing. You know, I got silver That was my goal to hit the silver tier because I was once silver, and then I got cocky and I played a bunch of games because I thought I was so good, and then I lost like 7 in a row, and then I got so deep out of silver, and then I got silver back again after fighting tooth and nail, and then I played a 1v1 match last night and lost 8-1 and lost my silver. Why did I go into it? Why?
I will say, every morning I wake up and go, the second thought I think of the day is, I wonder if Bill played Rocket League last night.
Chances are you can answer that question yes every time because I play it every day and I play it every night and I play it a lot.
Speaking of, you're actually going to play a game with me.
Yeah, Thursday. We're playing with the boys from Vectra. It's going to be fun. I'm going to kick everyone's ass.
I don't get to play because it's football and football's for men.
Well, it's less that.
Cars, so it's even more manly.
It's less that and more the fact that you would be playing for both teams. Or neither team.
So I went with neither.
Yeah.
Go.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rocket League's fun. Aside from that, I've been playing a lot of MMO still. I actually got max level on Elder Scrolls Online for the first time on PS4.
Wow. You were supposed to sell me on that game.
Oh, yeah.
Apparently he sold my brother on it.
One thing. Thieves Guild. Is it there?
Not in yet. They gave a roadmap for their updates, and the way they're doing it is like every 3 months they're going to be adding a big pack, and the first big pack comes out next week for PC, and the week after for console is the Imperial City, which is like a big PvP area that adds a whole bunch of stuff and bosses and areas and stuff mainly for PvP, like fighting other players and stuff. And then after that is going to be Orsinium, which is the homeland of the orcs. And then after that is the Dark Brotherhood, and Thieves Guild.
Yeah. Okay. You don't need to sell me until then, because
it's not out yet. And by that time, there will be tons of stuff even more stuff in the game, where I could probably just sell you. I don't even have to sell you on it at that point. Right now, I think the game's in a really good spot. When I say max level, I mean level 50, because once you hit 50, you hit veteran ranks, which is kind of like a weird prestige system where you kind of keep leveling up to veteran rank 14, and I got kind of burnt out because I beat the main storyline and I beat my faction storyline, and I hit level 50. And now what happens after that is you get to do this thing where you get to go play the other faction storylines on your same character and level up more. And I'm like, I'm just gonna take a break because I played it so much and I beat my storyline and all that stuff, and I had a lot of fun. So I basically played it like a single player Elder Scrolls game. Like I beat the story and I put it down for a little bit because I don't want to hate it. I don't want to burn out on it. So I started playing Final Fantasy 14 instead. But
I feel like I don't want to touch Elder Scrolls until I've played Fallout 4, because those sorts of games I can very easily get burnt out on, and I feel like I'd enjoy Fallout 4 more than Elder Scrolls, because I just couldn't get into Skyrim.
Yeah, and Elder Scrolls Online is very Elder Scrolls. Like, if you don't like Elder Scrolls, you're not gonna like anything. Like, it's not
honestly, my problem with Skyrim was simply the fact that I saw so many people play it. I just felt like there was nothing left for me to do. Like, I already knew the entire story. I've seen most of the quests, and so.
The weird thing is, I booted up Skyrim again the other day just to see if it would still play on Ultra, because I'm trying to gauge if I need to update my PC majorly before Fallout comes out. And I'm still finding things to do, and it's really strange. Like no major quests, obviously, but
well, there's infinite quests.
Well, no, I'm not even talking about that. I'm just talking about side quests that are so side questy that you wouldn't know if you didn't ever pick them up or whatever. But I'm still finding little things like that to do, and it's been a while since that game came out. It's been 4 years.
Yeah.
That's always a pleasure.
It's quite nice. I'm really looking forward to Fallout, though. I'm going to say this every time I get the chance to. I can't wait for Fallout. Don't expect any podcasts at the end of the year. Just putting that out there.
Well, we'll have to squeeze one in before the end of the year, I feel like.
Can I play Fallout and do that at the same time?
I don't know, can you?
Don't know, I guess we'll find out.
It's going to be a fun time.
So who's getting? Are you getting Fallout, Bill?
Oh yeah, of course.
Yes.
I can't decide. This is a problem. I'm still not used to like the PC gaming thing, and I only bought an actual graphics card earlier this year, and I'm still in the mindset of I don't think it'll run on my computer, so I'll just buy it on the console. So I don't know whether I want to just say, all right, screw it, Fallout 4, I'm getting it on the computer, or if I'll just say, it'll probably run better on the PS4.
My plan for Fallout 4 is I'm gonna get it on PS4 when it comes out. And what happens in every Bethesda game for me is all of them, Oblivion, Skyrim, I've always bought those on my Xbox first and played through them and exhausted like the vanilla single player stuff. Because then eventually there's going to be DLC, or eventually it's going to go on sale on Steam pretty cheap, and that's when all of the mods will already be out. And like that way, all of the mods will be out. All of the patches will kind of be done, so they'll stop breaking the mods, so I can just download the mods like worry free.
That's a good point.
Because that's like the only reason I'd buy it on PCs for the mods. And then again, I don't know to what extent mods will be available on consoles, because I know they will eventually be on both. And I don't know.
I imagine that there'll be like a curated Bethesda system where they're like, this is a cool mod, you can have it.
Yeah, and I would honestly be fine with that. Like here's Bethesda's picks of the week or whatever, and here are the mods that won't break your console and destroy your house. Like, here's a cool thing that adds new stuff to
it's like unofficial DLC.
Yeah, and like because for the most part, when it comes to downloading mods for Bethesda games, I own Skyrim, and it's very easy to go overboard and fuck your game up. It's very easy to go overboard and like download a bunch of mods that you thought sounded cool, and then you get into the game and it's like, this sucks ass. Like,
what is this story?
So,
it was like the high level dudes
bandit mod. The bandit mod I got that was just ruined my whole game, and there was nothing I could do but uninstall it, reinstall it. And like it's so easy to just sit there. Like I sat there for like hours on a Saturday. Like, okay, I'm gonna download this mod, this mod, this mod, this mod. And I'm like, I made the ultimate bill pack. I turned it into like the RPG I've always wanted. Like killing dragons gives you epic loot, and like these dragon souls that you can use to either or whatever to sell or respec your points and like or level up. And I'm like, oh cool, like I want to actually go out and hunt dragons. This is an awesome mod. And I added this bandit thing where the bandits aren't just pussies, but at the same time, after I downloaded that, I'm like, I kind of wish the bandits were just pussies because they're just fucking bandits. And so I turned them into Dwemer armor wielding mages that just fuck them up. So it's very easy to go overboard and like download a whole bunch. I mean, it's also easy to restrain and like I'm only gonna get this and this for now and see what it does in my game. But so I'm okay if the console modding landscape is like. Here Bethesda went through a bunch of the mods that are out. They deem these ones okay. They're available to download or whatever. That way I get I get all the cool stuff that people are making, but at the same time I don't have to go through all of the. The only thing that's kind of worrying is like size. I mean, a lot of mods aren't multiple gigs unless they're like huge mods like Project Nevada or like whatever the big Skyrim one was, the Fall, whatever, the one where it adds a bunch of shit and it's like a whole new game. Most mods aren't really under or over a gig, so I mean, but I was gonna say like space issues, like it's gonna have to be curated in a way because otherwise people are gonna run out of space in their console in like a week, if it's just open market. But I'll probably pick it up on console first, and then once it's cheaper on Steam. In a sale, I'll pick it up and do the mods and everything. Because other than that, I mean, you're getting the same experience either way for the most part.
See, I'm kind of lucky that I don't have a choice. I don't have to be like, what do I want it on? Because I've only got PC. So
I will have a Steam controller at that point, though.
Oh, it's a good chance to test it out.
Choices. I've got till November anyway. Maybe I'll just keep Ebby's.
No.
I'll just send on the Pip-Boy.
That's my game.
I do want to comment on one more thing I played, but it's only gonna be for 2 seconds. Because I'm really impressed, with the storyline in Final Fantasy XIV, the MMO. I skipped through it when I played through the game originally because I'm like, it's an MMO, the story sucks. Skip. I just want to level up and do dungeons. But I wanted to get back into the game, and the expansion pack came out, And the way it works is you can't play any of the expansion pack content until you beat the main story of the base game. And it's like, okay, no other MMO has ever done that in history. Fuck you, Square Enix. But I really wanted to play it. So I went back and I sat down and I watched all of the cutscenes from the vanilla game for 8 hours. And then I had to play through all of the patch storyline content. Because after the base game came out, they added a bunch of story and patches for free. And that took me like 20 hours. So I played a fucking whole game worth of storyline content. But I want to say that I will eat any words I've ever said. I don't know when. I don't think I've ever said it on this or anywhere really. But if I've ever said it to anybody about how the storyline in an MMO doesn't matter, because what I experienced with the Final Fantasy, I'm not too far in the expansion pack storyline so far, so it's kind of slow moving. But what I experienced in the base game and its patches, wow, like that was awesome. And I know everyone has always said it's awesome, and everyone says play through it. It's a great Final Fantasy game in its own right with its storyline. I was blown away by it. I finished it, the one that I was playing through the final patch and the final cutscenes, and I'm like, holy fuck, it's so hype it's hype as fuck, and it's awesome. And if anyone at all has like doubts, any Final Fantasy fans like, oh, I don't want to play because it's an MMO, play it for the storyline, because if you're a Final Fantasy fan, I guarantee you won't be disappointed with it at all. And you can probably power through the storyline. They've made it quicker to level up now and go through the storyline. Do it. I was blown away by it. That's all I really have to say.
I wonder if they'll release a version of that story that doesn't require you to be paying every month.
Probably not. Because then a lot of people would just do that instead of being tempted to play the MMO.
If people are like, I don't want to touch it, it's an MMO and it's got a sub fee, then you're not losing sales by.
I mean, because I assume
I guess you're losing some revenue.
The only way they do it, I guess, if maybe it wasn't continuously successful, because they're doing so well. The game is doing so well for Square Enix. It's like probably their most successful release and its most continuously successful release in like a long time. That like there's a breaking point for so many people who are probably on the fence. Like I see people on NeoGaf and Reddit like, oh, I got it at the time to check it out, what everyone's been saying, and like people are buying it anyway. But I assume at some point I would imagine once all the expansions are out and they've kind of finished their story, but at the same time Final Fantasy 11 is still pay to play and they're still making expansions, so who knows. But I was blown away. But yeah, that's really all I've been playing. I think nothing. MMOs and Rocket League, that's about it.
What about you, Kinross?
I've pretty much only been playing 3 things.
Let's guess them. Volume.
Yep.
Rocket League.
Not really.
Splatoon.
All right, 3 things that we've not mentioned.
Okay, let me try. Volume.
Yeah.
CS:GO.
No.
No, I don't know.
So I'll start with Volume, which is a new Mike Bithell game.
Which I can sort of chime in on a little bit because I've played some of it.
Like Mike Bithell.
Mike Bithell is well, not necessarily amazing. He's awesome. I like.
You're not amazing, but you're pretty good.
I feel like amazing is like too hyperbolic. Hyperbolous.
Yeah.
Also, awesome, I feel, is like a good character. If someone's amazing, that's just my semantic issue with the word. Either way, he's a pretty cool dude. And I am let's playing it right now. Not right now, obviously, but
right this second.
Yeah, this second I've been recording. It's really weird if you're jumping in the middle for 20 minutes. I think it's, if you don't know, it's a stealth. It's not even stealth action. It's just stealth, set in a not too distant future, sort of a sequel to Thomas Was Alone. About a Robin Hood type character.
Set in Nottingham?
I don't know if it's set in Nottingham. There is
Nottingham was mentioned.
There is stuff that happens in Nottingham, but I don't know if you are currently in Nottingham while you play.
I don't care. That's cool because that's where I'm from.
Yeah.
Like that's probably the only representation my hometown will ever get in
video games.
in video games. I'm
Well,
fine with that.
mine doesn't have representation in video games at all.
Yeah, suck it.
I'm about 20. Well, I'm not about. I am 21% of the way through of the story, which is 100 levels. Um,
I don't know how far I am through it.
it's it is some really solid stealth stuff. It's only in the last 2 or 3 levels that I feel like I've been noticed for reasons that aren't legitimate, but that might just be because I'm distracted whilst talking.
I had a problem with the game.
Okay.
Can I say this?
Yeah.
So I was playing a level of Volume. I was trying to show it off to a friend of mine, like, look, this game's really good. And then I got to one of the levels, I think it's called Squash Racket, where you get the bugle, which is like this thing that you can throw and then you press the button and it makes a sound and it distracts the guards while you're in a different area.
Yeah.
That does not work on my controller.
And now I had an issue with that, and I legitimately thought my controller was broken, and I tried 3 other controllers. So I don't know if you did the same thing as me and misinterpreted the instruction.
Okay, what am I supposed to do?
You push on the right stick to aim the bugle, and then you fire it.
See, I was using my mouse. The
Okay.
only way I could get it to
I
work
couldn't get
was
the
with my
button
mouse.
to work. But yeah, I thought that you had to pull the right trigger, then aim, and then fire it again.
Hold
But
on.
it's not.
All right, I'm gonna launch the game and just.
Okay.
I might be gone for a second.
While you do that, I will continue to talk about volume.
Okay.
The stealth is really solid, aside from a few bits where I may have been at fault, like slightly sneaking into someone's range of sight. But the main complaint that I've heard and that I'm starting to feel is that the story in Thomas Was Alone was pretty damn good. And like every level you'd get a little bit more of a narrative weaving. Whereas with Volume, it's like every 5 levels you get maybe 2 minutes of dialogue that's story, exposition, and then there's nothing aside from a few text files lying around. And it just feels a little bit sparse. But I don't know how you would really deal with that without making the game inherently shorter. Yeah.
Right, so what am I supposed to do? I'm in the level now.
Okay, so you aim with the right stick.
Oh, I've got to get to the fucking bugle first.
Okay.
Hold on.
And my other issue with like items in that game is you pick it up, you can't use it straight away. It's still got a charge. So I failed a couple of times because there's a power up that lets you run quietly. So I pick up the item, pull the trigger because I think I use it, and then leg it, and then get spotted immediately because it's not actually charged up yet. So I feel like when you pick it up, it should be charged.
Sorry, it's just done its thing. Wow, yeah. That's really janky with the
control. It is a little bit
control stick.
I'm so glad I worked it out though, because otherwise I would have just dropped the game and been like, "Well, this is broke."
I think that's the point that I was getting at. I was just like, I don't want to play this game anymore because I can't figure it out.
Yeah.
This is the second time that a controller's not worked on a Mike Bithell game.
Yeah, so that is how it works. It's kind of fiddly to aim nicely. It's really sensitive, but you sort of get the hang of it. And I keep forgetting that the distraction object can't stick to half-level walls.
Oh, I should have checked what level I was in.
The bugle, I think, is like level 7 or something.
Pretty sure I'm further than that.
Okay. Maybe you're...
Okay. I'm launching the game again.
Okay. So yeah, if you like stealth, a lot of people are saying it's like the VR missions or something from Metal Gear.
Yeah, that's what it reminded me of visually.
That you should really check it out. You should probably check out maybe at least one video from someone, to sort of get an idea of how it works, and then pick it up.
Definitely not you.
Level 10. It's level 10.
Yeah, don't do it from me. I'm out of video making practice, and it shows. So yeah, that was Volume. I kind of wish that the story was a bit more regular, but I'm not going to complain too much.
If
The
you
other,
want it, you've got 5 minutes left to get a discount.
sorry, if you're listening to this, which will be several hours after the discount ended, I think it's worth it without the discount, to be fair. The other game I played, which was one that I really liked the look of at E3, was Beyond Eyes, which was that game about the blind girl.
I've heard really not very good things about this game.
Yeah, yeah. So I don't know if you remember, Bill. It was a sort of exploration type game where you're a blind girl and
Oh yeah.
sort of paints itself in, and as you get closer to stuff, you realize that's not a fountain, it's a sewage outlet. Um, yeah, I have a few issues with the game. One is the girl walks ridiculously slowly, which I get because she's blind and she doesn't have a stick. She's just literally blindly walking. But when you like, there are definitely routes that you have to take to complete the level. So if you wander the wrong way to the other side of the map and then realize that you're at the wrong side of the map, you've got a 10-minute walk to get to the right side of the map. And I feel like if you're walking over ground that you've already painted in your mind's eye, you should be able to walk faster through that. I can understand being slow in territory that you've never seen before, but if you know what's there, you should be able to walk at least a little bit faster. It's not particularly long. If you walked at a normal speed, it would probably only be an hour or so. But it took me about 3 hours. And there was a obnoxious puzzle with seagulls that didn't sound like seagulls that I had to use a walkthrough for because it really wasn't obvious at all. So ultimately, I'm disappointed in that one. I felt like it could have been a really good exploration type game. The story was it was predictable. You're basically
Everyone was really excited about that game as well.
Yeah. Like, aside from Unravel and Cuphead, it was like the only indie thing that I was like, I'm really gonna enjoy trying that out, and I didn't, but I finished it, and I had an argument with Andy because I feel like I have to play through it again to get the achievements, but I know that it's going to be a miserable experience.
Don't do it.
Yeah, but I've got because I bought it on the Xbox, so now I've got one achievement on that game.
Oh yeah, I can understand that.
But to get the others, it is a case of you will have to play this entire game again because there's stuff on each level that you've got to collect. It's just like,
That's a bummer. That's a bummer.
Yeah.
Oh, can I say I've been playing Life is Strange still? I've been like up to date on that, and it's so fucking good.
Yeah, I need to play that. I need to play that real bad.
I thought I bought that, but apparently I didn't.
Yeah, you need to play it because the last episode will be coming out in probably like October sometime, and I'm dying waiting to find out.
How long is each episode? Is it like 2 hours?
About 2.5 hours.
Okay. I need to finish the Game of Thrones Telltale game as well. I only finished episode 1.
That's a good game.
I'm just really bad with episodic stuff. Like,
sorry, I'm stretching.
Both stuff that is literally episodes of TV. I'm awful at keeping up with it, and then games. I just can't do the episodic thing. So I might wait until Life is Strange is done, and then pick it up.
That's probably what's going to end up
Highly,
happening.
highly recommend it. Like so far, it's just been so good.
I've been seeing.
I was a bit iffy about it in the first 2 episodes, where it was like, "Oh, she's a steampunk," and I'd be like, "Shut up! You need to just shut up." But it's genuinely intrigued me, and I really love the characters and the world, and I just want to know what happens so badly.
They all die.
I hope not. Or otherwise, you've just spoiled it for me, Kinross. Thank you.
I've not even played the game. I can't spoil it.
Yeah. But yeah, Life is Strange. Really good. Go play it. Might end up being one of my games of the year. Just putting it out there.
Maybe I'll do that this week.
Let me know when it comes out. And the last one.
Okay. Should I let you know when it's gonna come out? Because usually they announce it about a week before, and then you can.
No, just tell me when it comes out.
No.
Because you'll tell me it's going to come out next week. I'm like, all right. And then it'll be Christmas. And I'm like, so when's Life is Strange come out? Because there's a winter sale going on right now. And the other game that I played that is super new is Banjo-Kazooie.
Oh man, have you got the Rare Replay?
Yeah, I do.
Oh.
You ever played Banjo-Kazooie before?
Nope.
I'm
Oh my goodness.
gonna guess right here. You don't like it.
There are a few things.
No.
And it is pretty much the same issues I had with Super Mario 64. Swimming camera sucks ass. Any swimming from the N64 era is abysmal. They should have fixed that.
I will give you that. I will give you that.
There's a shark that I need to avoid. Can't swim, so you're just going to die to the shark. There are jiggies that are underwater that you've got to swim to. There's gold. I'm in Treasure Trove Cove at the minute.
Oh man, Treasure Trove Cove.
Speaking of Treasure Trove Cove is my second issue with the game.
No.
I finished. I didn't quite 100% Mumbo's Mountain or whatever it's called. I missed the 2 hex things. But then I went to Treasure Trove Cove. I can't work out how to get to anywhere else. Like in the hub, because there's a pool of water and I swim down it and I swim through a tunnel and there's a painting on the wall. It's some kind of wood. But there's no jiggy on the floor to put all of the stuff into the painting, so I don't know how to progress to the next level. And that's really annoying me because I don't want to have to be going to a walkthrough this early in the game to work out how to get to level 3. But yeah. Otherwise, it's an alright game. I don't like the double jump. The shark pisses me off. And swimming sucks. But my hope was that I would have finished it over the weekend to be like, I finished Banjo-Kazooie. But no, I'm only on level 2.
You'll get there, my friend. Fun fact about Banjo-Kazooie is I never beat it. And not for reasons that I don't beat games now, because I was a kid and I didn't have the extensive library of games I had now. I played that game exclusively for a very long time, and I got just about at the end. Had not much else left to do. And as I was booting up the game, I was talking to my parents, distracted, and
you delete the save?
I accidentally deleted my save, and I just never recovered from that. I never beat it, and I just, at that point I was like, Kid Bill was fucking done. I was like, oh, you gotta be kidding me. I never beat it. Never beat Banjo-Kazooie. I bought it on the Xbox Live Arcade when they put it on there. I still have it. I should probably play it.
Yeah, join me.
But yeah. Never beat it.
That'll do it. That'll do it.
That's just painful. Oops.
I feel like there must be something else that I have at least briefly touched. Game. I think I started. I wanted to play Sherlock Holmes: Crimes and Punishments. I started it, and for some reason I was recording, because the opening sequence of that game is absurd, because it's a Victorian set. You talked about it. It's a Victorian set game, but the opening is like CSI style, like heavy future music, and you're going through like neurons and things. It's like starring Sherlock Holmes. Like, what? And I ended up deleting the videos, but I ended up redubbing all of the characters in the intro sequence, in the intro area when you meet Lestrade and Sherlock and Dr. Watson and Mrs. Hudson, and I couldn't stop laughing at it afterwards, and I feel kind of bad for deleting it, but it was probably only amusing to me. It was like, I'm gonna talk like this for Mr. Holmes because he's a bit nasally, and let's go, Lestrade.
That's pretty dead on, actually. I probably would have enjoyed it.
Maybe it's, I don't know. It was on my hard drive, so it would have been in a different recycle bin. So it's gone forever. Yes, I think that's about it.
Cool.
So I guess, Abby, you missed the bit where I said that I'm going to give up on Banjo-Kazooie because I can't get out of Treasure Trove Cove.
No.
I'm not going to give up. I might have to walk through it, though.
Okay, fair enough.
Or ask for help.
You are not going to, like, what was it, Clanker's Cavern?
Yeah, because that's a water level.
Yep.
Yeah. That one I might just try and get the minimum number of jiggies I need to get to the next bit. Because at the moment I'm trying to get all 10 per level, but there's 3 that I can't find in Treasure Trove Cove.
I think you want to be more worried about the music notes, to be honest, because you need quite a few of those to like end the game.
Well, I've gotten all but 5 so far, so
okay.
They're not too hard to just find. And I like that, unlike in Mario 64 where you're collecting coins, it saves the notes that you've picked up. So it's like, oh, I left with 99 notes without thinking about it. I'm going to have to get all 99 again, aren't I? Nope. I've got to find that one.
Yeah, that's pretty nice. I understand why they do it with Mario, though. It's because the level resets every time you go into it.
Yeah.
Right, it's quite consistent with Banjo-Kazooie.
Well, Banjo-Kazooie, the level resets. Like, enemies come back and...
But, I mean, like,
hide.
if you've gotten a Jiggy or whatever, you can't, like, get it again. As in, like, where you can get, like, the blue stars in Mario. Can't do that in Banjo.
Okay. Fair enough.
Sorry, I'm eating my dinner now, so...
So, yes. I don't know if anyone saw any newsy bits. I saw a couple of things. I can't remember them now, though.
Nintendo patented a diskless...
Oh, well, they did, like, a solid storage thing.
Wait, what was it? What was the news? I don't know what the news was.
They fired that guy.
Oh, yeah, they did.
Yeah, they fired the podcast guy.
They fired the guy who... Was it the guy who said that Nintendo should stop localizing things because they don't make their money back on it?
Yeah, he was the one mocking the, like, I didn't listen to it. I just read, like, the transcripts from the podcast, and he was, like, saying how all people do is, like, say to Nintendo, like, and it said in the transcript, like, he was saying it in, like, a nasally voice, making fun of people, going, like, don't you want money? When it comes to, like, localizing these Japanese games, and he was saying stuff like, well, it won't make us money. Like, like people say that, like, oh, if you just localize these Japanese games, you make so much money because people want them. But he said, like, no, we're not gonna we're gonna lose money doing this. Like, we won't make money. Not as many people will buy these things as you think. And he said even Xenoblade isn't that big of a return for them. But interesting. I enjoyed reading it, but I understand why they let him go.
Yeah, and he at least publicly acknowledged that it was his own fault.
Yeah.
Whether he actually believes that is
yeah.
Speaking of Xenoblade, well, I remember, I don't know whether it's going to apply over here, but I hear that it's going to be dual English and American dub.
X? Chronicles X?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
so you could choose between America and English.
I think you could do that in Xenoblade Chronicles on the Wii anyway.
No, you couldn't on 3D one. Well,
yeah,
you had the choice between English and Japanese, right?
On the Wii one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, what I'm talking about is you've got the dub of Yanks and you've got the dub of Brits.
Oh, really?
That's what I heard. Did I dream that?
That one actually makes more sense for it to be Americans because it's set in a place called New Los Angeles.
Yeah.
So.
I feel like I've just said something stupid now.
That'd be cool though.
Yeah.
Even though like I mostly hate Xenoblade dub. I mostly hate it.
Language localization of Xenoblade Chronicle X will feature some British voice acting. Okay. I misinterpreted a bad headline then.
Oh my god, you've given you're making
you gave us hope.
Podcast so
well, you know what? That actually gives you more hope because it means that most of it is American and then there'll be a couple of British people that show up. It's like, alright, Governor, that's a lovely mech you've got there. What a cup of tea.
Maybe Shulk will show up.
Spoilers, that means he doesn't die.
I haven't finished the game yet.
Oh, yeah. Spoilers, that means Schult's still alive at 95 hours into the game.
No.
Oh, did you find the patent?
Oh, sorry. I did, and then I clicked off it again. Hold on.
I did see on
Nintendo patent filing hints at a return to disc-free game consoles. So they filed
they fired the
they fired a patent, potentially for the NX console.
Mhm.
It was filed in February. Talks about a stationary game console that uses only hard drives and external cards for storage.
That'd be interesting. I saw that there was a discussion going on that it would be a little bit cost inefficient for Nintendo, since like the cart sizes that they're probably going to have to be going for would be, I guess, the 32 gigs, because Wii U discs can be 25. So they'd have to go for 32 gig carts for every game.
I've got faith in them. If they can make Xenoblade Chronicles fit on the fucking new 3DS, I've got faith in them.
I guess it'll be. I wouldn't object to it being discless. Nice as the Wii U discs feel with their rounded edges.
Yeah.
Like my PS Vita boxes take up so much less space, and 3DS cartridges. And that would make sense if they're going for the handheld and home console.
I was gonna say that's like you could put the game in both things and like play it, which makes sense. I wonder if that's the case. Now this doesn't really have anything to do with it. Well, I guess it does have stuff to do with the discless stuff. Like, is it gonna come with both? Is that even fucking feasible? That it would come with both the con? If it is a relationship between a handheld and a console, like, is it feasible that it would come with both, like the console and the handheld thing, or do they think they're sold separate?
I kind of hope it's already in the new 3DS, so I don't have to buy another handheld console.
I feel like you will.
I don't know, because like they could charge Xbox levels of money, and it'll include both.
Yeah.
But then people will be going, it's a Nintendo console, why would I pay Xbox levels of money?
Yeah, you know what?
Pay Xbox levels.
If you can play the same games on both, and like the only difference is really that, well, maybe there's some touchscreen stuff on the handheld one and you could take it on the go, I would be fine if it was kept affordable and you could choose which one you want to go with. Or if maybe the console was a little bit more money, and if you wanted to go the cheaper route and get the handheld one, you can.
I'd like it if this is the case. I think it would make sense if there was a bundle of some description where they're actually sold separately, but there is a bundle where you do save 50 quid or whatever if you get them both at the same time.
That's a good point. That's probably what will probably happen.
Speaking of price drops, the 2DS will be $100.
Yeah.
In a month or so.
You can get your door wedge for $100, baby. I actually haven't against 2DS. I know people who got it like as a quick fix to play Pokemon, and they like it. I don't like the form factor. I probably would never use one, but
it's built for a very specific set of hands.
Yeah, kids.
And that set is not mine.
Yeah, nobody's hands.
Yeah.
But no, that's great. You can jump in and play 3DS games for $100. Like that's. Yeah. If that's like before this generation ends, if that's your thing, like, oh, I want to jump in here and play Bravely Default, Fire Emblem, blah blah blah, before the NX comes out, you can do it now pretty damn cheap. It's pretty cool. Now bring the new Nintendo 3DS normal over here, Nintendo.
Yeah, you still have like the choice of XL or nothing, right?
Yep.
It's the only choice you need.
Motherfuckers.
You don't want.
No, I want some faceplates.
I kind of want the faceplates too, but Nintendo, you just don't want my money. Aside from the
you just don't want my money
I've spent on amiibos.
Just don't want my money apart from all the money that I've already spent on you.
And all the games that are behind me in the Wii U and.
But as far as news stuff goes, nothing that's really. I mean, we never talked about the Konami stuff, but I don't really know if I care enough to talk about that, to be honest. Like,
I don't know any Konami stuff.
Konami sucks. Period. That's the end.
Well,
Like,
that's pretty much all I hear.
Yeah.
I don't know any reason why Konami sucks. Did PT get cancelled in our off time?
Oh yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Or Silent Hills or whatever it's called?
That's one of the reasons they suck ass so much.
And then they
and then they announced a new Silent Hill game, sorry, that was
the
a pachinko
pachinko
machine.
Did you guys see that?
you know that Silent Hill game we cancelled? This is why pachinko.
Gotta love them. Did you guys see that stopped terrorist attack at the Pokemon World Championship?
I
just saw that now.
Yeah, I meant to bring it up earlier. I forgot. That's what the fuck is wrong with people?
Okay, I think I've still got it open.
My copyright claim has been released. I'm very happy.
They had like a Facebook group called like the Mayhem Pokemon Team or whatever, and they were invited to play in the tournament. Like they were 2 kids, like they were invited to come play. That's why they were going. That's why the Facebook page was seemingly allowed to exist, I guess, because it was very vague. Like one of their Facebook posts was like, "Oh, we're on our way. Wish us luck," and like one of the comments was like, "Good luck," and the guy responded like, "Yeah, with killing the competition." And the one guy was like, "Hey, yeah." And it's like,
Goodness.
And like you could read it, and like before you knew, I guess you could be like, "Yeah, these guys really want to fucking win Pokemon," I guess. But then the Boston Police Department notified, and they fucking stopped him, and they searched their vehicle, and they found a 12 gauge, an AR-15, and tons of weapons, and
it's
hunting
because
knives.
they
It's like, what the fuck, man?
They put on Facebook, "We're ready for Worlds, Boston, here we come," with like a picture of their car with 2 guns resting on the boot of the car.
Wait, I didn't see that. What the fuck?
Let me send you this link.
Oh
I mean,
my
I guess
God.
their stupidity on that front saved a lot of people.
Yeah, good job, dicks. I mean, like, yeah, like, wow. Okay, first of all.
Why are there cable ties on your guns?
It's like you buy it at an airsoft store. And 2, how do they get these weapons? I mean, like...
Oh, right, the police put cable ties on them, okay.
Oh, okay. That looks like it was coming out.
I thought that was their picture that they posted, and I scrolled down. It's like, actually, that is a car there.
Oh, yeah, there we go. Unbelievable, man.
Ready for Worlds. I would like to point out, there are so many children at that event.
Yeah, and like I can't even imagine like if this would have. I mean, if they wouldn't have posted this stuff on Facebook, they probably would have done
Gotten away with it. Yeah.
And we would have another situation where people would be like, "Well, if the Pokemon guards had guns, you would have had another situation where, oh, it's okay. These people somehow got these guns. That's all right, though. How do these people...
We also would have had a situation where people would be like, trading card games make children violent.
We should really be looking at the real matter at hand here. It's not the fact that these 2 20-year-old men have Counter-Strike assault weapons. No, it's that the trading card games make the kids violent, and the fact that the frame rate in the 3D battle games is slower with the 3D on makes people want to murder each other.
That's going to be one of the voices for the girls from Hunie Pop.
Yeah, it's exaggerated enough.
I imagine next year at Worlds is going to be like some major
security
upgrades. Why would you think, you know what we need at Worlds? Is
guns.
Armed guards.
Yeah, right? Like...
To settle all your trading card disputes. He stole my blue eyes!
Your blue eyes?
Why are you trying
to
play
the wrong thing?
Is this a Yu-Gi-Oh thing too?
The only reason I say blue eyes is because that's the only card I can think of where people are like, my blue eyes.
Yeah.
My Pikachu.
It's fucked up that you have like you live in a country where like this has to be a discussion where like, okay, like, and I'm sure they're talking about it now. The people behind Worlds are like, you know, next year we need so and so this and that and this, and we need to make it like you're fucking going through airport security to come play Pokemon. And it's the same thing with like going to the movies now. Like I saw Ant-Man, and like the whole time I'm watching Ant-Man, I'm like, am I gonna die watching Ant-Man? Like what? Because people like to shoot people in movie theaters now. And now people like to shoot people at Pokemon championships. What's next? Is E3 gonna get bombed? Like what the fuck, man? It's fucked up.
I feel like scanning for a gun relatively easy. You just have a metal detector, and then you'd be like, oh, it's gone off.
And
hand us your bag. Oh, there's a giant gun in it. It's not exactly easy to hide unless you're carrying pistols and things,
you buster, you. But like, I guess in a way, I guess maybe this prevented all future shootings from happening at Pokemon Worlds, because now they will always check for somebody carrying an AR-15. Which
are you saying that these people are white hat?
They did it for the people. And the same goes. Some movie theaters in the U.S. now too are beefing up security and putting up metal detectors, and I would like my local theater to do that as well. Not that I'm saying there's going to be a copycat in my town, but you shouldn't have to feel like you're going to get shot when you go to a Pokemon thing, and you shouldn't have to feel like you're going to get shot when you go to the mall.
You shouldn't have to feel like you're going to get shot
anywhere.
You should live safe in the knowledge that the likelihood of you having a bullet inside you is next to zero, unless you're a soldier.
It's at a point where like they should just ask you when you come to America, like, are you comfortable with the possibility of getting shot anywhere you go? Welcome.
Get back on the
plane. Go back. Put your bags back on the way. Go back. Yeah, welcome to America. Yeah, no, that's fucked up news. I can't even. I just like.
At least no one got hurt. That's like the best thing.
Like I'll say, like, oh, thank God nothing happened. Like I can't even imagine, like if it. Oh my God!
If something had happened, that would have been insane, because they were live streaming the entire event all weekend.
Holy fuck!
That live stream's fortunately very easy to shut down.
And these fucking dorks too in the picture, like, oh man, I hope they never see the light of day again. Like, fuck you.
They probably will, because they didn't really, aside from carrying weapons and the like.
I don't know.
Do anything illegal. American
I don't know what they'll get charged with. But I mean, well, they're
being charged with unlawful possession.
I would hope they would be,
or possession of an unlicensed firearm or something like that.
Punished for terrorist
attempted
threats.
Massacre.
Yeah. I can't imagine these two will have an easy ride. Hopefully, but then again, America just sucks. Let's talk about some games.
Speaking of Pokemon. Pokken Tournament comes out next year.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, how about that?
Excited.
That's pretty awesome.
That's all.
Is it going to be online, or is it just like a...
I don't actually know. Is it out in Japan yet?
No. It's out in arcades in Japan.
Oh, that's what it is. So I guess if it's an arcade game in Japan, there's no way to know if there will be an online version.
No.
So...
We'll find out one day.
Oh, I remembered another game that I played.
Oh.
The Nidhogg.
Oh, okay.
Nidhogg.
Yeah.
That game is like a game that's fun for about 5 minutes, and then I lose all interest in it very, very quickly.
Do you play against people or against the crazy AI?
I've played against Andy a few times. Like when we went to the National Video Game Arcade in Nottingham, we played it there on like one of the old arcade machines.
Mm-hmm.
Someone had stuck it in there, and it was cool then. And then I was like, I'm going to buy this game. Bought it, played it once, then played it again.
I think you played me, didn't you? Once we eventually got it to work.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah. It's alright. It's nice to pick up every now and again.
I think that's what I was trying to get at.
Yeah. It's not the sort of game that you'd sit down and play for 8 hours at a time. Like you play for 20 minutes once a week or whatever.
Yeah. That's what so.
Any questions?
Yeah, I was going to say questions.
Or wait, what were you going to say, Abby? Were you going to say something?
No, I was going to say questions.
Oh, yeah. We're on the same page.
I was just trying to remember if there was any other news that I was thinking of, but that can wait till next time.
I'm having a problem like eating my dinner and talking on a podcast at the same time, so I'm like, questions, call the questions, and then other people can talk.
We've got a question from Lou.
Lou!
What's up, Lou? Lou asks, your thoughts on Day 1 DLC?
It's poo.
Answer the question, Lou.
I think.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I'll let Bill go first.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I interrupted you. I don't want to be that guy.
Well, I feel like you might say the same things as me.
Okay.
Well, I don't.
We'll find out. Day one DLC is a tricky thing. And at the same time, I think the idea behind doing it maybe is a little sleazy, but I mean, there's a reason. Okay, there's two different kinds. There's the on disc stuff that like they locked, and then like, hey, you could buy it day one and unlock it, and then there's the stuff people make because when a game goes gold, it goes gold a little bit before release. They really don't have it. As far as I know, like the developers are they haven't due. So some of them make stuff and then put it out like costumes or something. I'm okay with cosmetic day one DLC. At the same time, I missed the day where you could just unlock costumes. And it was like goofy costumes that were fun to unlock, but now it's like, you want to use costume? You can pre-order the day one DLC and get the funny costume. How about you just give it to me? I don't think there's no way to spin day one DLC. I don't think.
There was that one bit of DLC that was like for Dead Rising. It was big head mode, which used to be like cheat codes that you put in. It was ridiculous.
Now you could pay for it.
Yep.
That's pretty much my thinking. Cosmetic DLC, I'm 100% fine with because that's not really content. That's just like artsy stuff.
Yeah.
That someone's fiddled around with.
Here's what we made in the meantime of the game going gold. You know, here's whatever. You could pay us money for it.
There have been a few instances where not necessarily day one DLC, but DLC in general has proven to be a little bit shady. I think one of the Batman games, not the one that just came out, but the one before.
The last
City
two.
Origins. I don't know.
Arkham Knight's been pretty shitty too with it.
Well, true, but the game, they've at least tried to fix Arkham Knight.
Yeah.
One that I'm thinking of, they said, we don't have time to fix it. We have a DLC schedule to stick to.
Yeah.
So they would... That's less of an issue with day one DLC and more of an issue with the mentality of DLC.
Well, they can't do that now because Steam refunds are a thing. So.
Yeah, thank God.
Why did we not have this sooner?
I think that they were forced into it by the EU. Because it's like a EU commission right type thing for the consumer to have a refund on things that they're not happy with. And it was a case of them saying to Valve, if you want to continue selling stuff here, you have to abide by our rules. So
good on them.
It's a great system.
DLC.
Now, if games don't work, I can get refunds.
Boom.
If what doesn't work?
Games.
Oh, right, yes. As long as you don't play more than 2 hours of them. Or it's within, 2 weeks of purchase?
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
Mass Effect 3 has some day one DLC that was content.
Oh, the Prothia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, shit like that bugs me. I shouldn't have to pay more on the day the game comes out to get more stuff. Like, the game's out.
Yeah.
Like, I should be able to buy the game and go, I bought Mass Effect 3. I got it. Like, I don't actually have... I never bought... The funny thing with DLC is, like, I rarely find any of them where I never buy DLC, really, for anything. I'm a huge Mass Effect fan. One of my favorite franchises ever. I actually love Mass Effect 3. I never bought Citadel. Even though I know it's really good, and I know it's great fan service, I know it's really fun, I'm just like, I'm done with the game. Like, I don't want to go back to it. Like, I'm done with Mass Effect. Like, that came out months after it came out.
You wanted Andromeda.
Well, yeah, I'm done with that iteration, I should say.
Okay.
I'm done with Mass Effect 3. Like, I beat it. Like, I put the game away. Like, I very rarely pull games back out and played. I still haven't played Dawn Guard or Dragonborn. Is that the name of that one? The last one. I still haven't played any of them because I that's one instance where I really want to go back and do it.
Dragonborn's already good.
Because you do go to Solstheim, and I loved Blood Moon and Morrowind, so it's like I should go back and play that. But like, it's very rare for me to pick an older game back up when DLC comes out, and for that reason, I just don't ever really have any experiences with DLC. And multiplayer games I don't count because those I play persistently, and like expansion packs and map packs and this and that I buy, like the Destiny stuff. But yeah, DLC is tricky for me because I don't usually even get it.
On disc stuff, I think is also kind of tricky because it's hard to tell whether the stuff that's on disc and the install that Steam has, whether that at the time that it was sent to that place was complete and that it's not like being patched in, like if it's half finished and then the last half gets patched in on the day.
Yeah.
But I suppose that's still locked behind a paywall.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much unless it's cosmetic, I say I don't trust it. Like I feel like I'm trying to be cheated out of money. But fortunately, most of the games I don't buy don't have day one DLC. Because Nintendo are yet to do that, aside from the Splatoon amiibos.
Yeah. Yeah.
So thank you, Lou.
Thank you, Lou.
Thank you.
We
Thank
hate
Lou.
it. Andy asks, rarest game in your collection?
Are you ready for my joke answer?
Oh yeah, I am.
Hit me
The
with
rarest game in my collection.
Oh, you're gonna say the
Oh,
rarest.
you
one.
son of a bitch! You
Because
fucking son of a
it's rare
bitch!
games on that disc. It is the rarest. You cannot have a rarer game.
You're a son of a bitch.
Shit. Next question.
I can't hear Bill.
I don't think I own. I was looking at my games. I don't think I have any rare games, to be honest.
I ruined that joke by putting too much emphasis. But
Paper Mario for the N64.
Oh, yeah, I still got that sitting around.
Yeah, apparently it's worth a lot of money, so I'm assuming that is rare. I guess I don't know.
I don't know if the PS2 version of Shadow of Destiny is rare, but I have that, and honestly, like as rare as it gets for me is like the Wii version of Xenoblade, which isn't even rare, but it still goes for a lot of money on eBay. So I guess
That's pretty rare in this country.
On the-
Slim pickings over here.
on the basis of I have never seen it anywhere other than the one that I have right now, I'm going to go with Star Fox Adventures. It's my rarest game.
Ooh, I own that too.
Hey, I have Star Fox Adventures.
Yeah, apparently there's hundreds of them up your web, but they just don't exist down here. So
I don't know.
relatively rare down here. Or relatively rare to me, even.
Madden's pretty rare.
Is it?
Yeah, Madden's very rare.
That surprises me. That's making a joke. I can't tell.
Yeah, it's a joke.
Okay.
I thought you were being serious. I was like, wow.
I was like, all right, they make them yearly, so maybe they don't make that many?
Yeah, that was my thoughts. I was like, yeah, that seems reasonable.
I should have kept it going.
Yeah, you should have.
I wonder if Shenmue 2 on the Xbox is rare at all. I don't know if that's rare. I don't know. I own that. I don't know if it's rare. What else do I got? Nothing.
I don't have most of my games now.
Is Enchanted Arms rare? I don't know.
What the hell is that?
Exactly.
I don't think I do have any rare games.
Enchanted Arms was the first JRPG released on the 360. It came with a manga, and I bought it because I was like, oh, and then I played like 80 hours of it, never beat the fucking thing.
Got heavyweight
Crap with
so
JRPGs, don't you?
I think I'm worse.
I've never beaten a JRPG, unless you count the main story of Final Fantasy XIV, which I would because it.
Pokemon is a JRPG.
That's true, I guess. Does
I
that
would
count?
count Pokemon as.
All right,
You
then.
would or you would not.
I would, yeah.
Okay, good. I have finished a JRPG.
Hell yeah, babe! Welcome to the elite. Should we move on to the next question?
Sure.
Pat asks, Bill, how come you're never on my team in Splatoon? He didn't ask that. He asked, what's the best mini game inside of a game? For example, Blitzball in Final Fantasy X, or the gambling at the game corner in Pokemon. This is a hard question actually, because there's a lot of them that I've played, and like
I don't really remember any.
I can't remember. Yeah.
Like I think I have the opposite problem to you, where you've had a lot. Aside from the Pokemon one, I don't know of any.
What about Squid Jump in Splatoon? That's one.
Yeah, I don't play it very much though. Oh,
Well,
Squid Beats. Is Squid Beats a mini game?
yeah, that would count.
Yeah, Squid Beats. The really bad DDR of Splatoon.
Shit.
Calm down.
I can't think of any.
Can I just say, bumper balls from Mario Party? Is that
choosing
cheating?
an actual mini game?
Yes, I'm choosing an actual mini game.
Because if we're doing that, I'll choose one of the Wii Party U ones.
Oh, I like the one where we had to draw like a bean. You know, the one where all of you draw a thing, but one of you gets a different thing, and you've got to.
It's like the one where we draw like a bean. It's like, okay, yeah. I can't remember what it's called though. But yeah, that one's pretty good.
You know, this is a weird one.
Wii Party U games are great. There's actually a Mario Party type mode in Wii Party U we discovered. That's better than Mario Party 10.
What does it play like a board game?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I don't think you played it, Evie, but it's like a massive, like 300 square long route, and you roll dice to go forward, and you play mini games every round.
Maybe I just got it confused with that time that we played Mario Party and we didn't have fun. But Wii Party U is the best Mario Party game in years.
That wasn't out this year, was it? Because otherwise I could have had it as my game of the year.
Pretty sure it was a launch title, you know.
Oh yeah, 25th, 2013.
Yeah. What about you, bro?
Mine's weird. I just remembered this because I guess you don't really play anything. But it's such an odd thing, and I consider it a mini game because there is stuff involved in it. And the one PlayStation 1 game, Brave Fencer Musashi, by Square, you collect. It's like feudal Japan with monsters and stuff, but like you collect this currency thing and money, and you buy action figures of all of the monsters that you kill and all of the bosses and all of the NPCs and stuff, and they're rare, and you collect them, and you got to complete your collection and everything. And I view it as a side mini game because it's an extra task, and there's different stuff involved, and you can choose to open it or keep it in the box, and like it's really fucking weird. But I loved it. Like it was so fun. Because when you opened it up, like that's it. You can't repackage it, and I think you could resell them. I don't remember too much. The only other thing, and I don't know if it counts, because it's the only thing I could think of on like a substantial level right now on the spot, are the pet battles from World of Warcraft. I consider them a minigame because they really don't. Or even Triple Triad in Final Fantasy XIV and Final Fantasy VIII is also very fun. But the pet battling in WoW is basically Pokemon that they added into the game. All of the pets you collect, and they added tons of new ones and rare ones, and you go into matchmaking and you battle people in Pokemon-style battles, and get ranked, and it's fun, and it's Pokemon. They added it in WoW. So I would probably say that because it's interesting.
Is fishing in Animal Crossing a mini game?
I think it's just part of the game.
Yeah, I suppose. Because fishing for me is the best part of Animal Crossing.
Fishing is fun.
I like the mini games that are in Pokemon Stadium too.
Ooh, yeah.
I don't really remember them all that much.
Is that the one with the sushi game?
Liking them. No, that's the first one.
Ah,
Sushi game is amazing.
yeah, it is. Fuck yeah.
I think it was Pokemon Stadium 1. I don't know.
Pokemon Stadium 2 has things like the slicing up logs and the APOM. It's like musical chairs.
Yeah.
Pokemon Stadium 1 had the Chansey remembering the pattern and the Hypno, which eventually just turns into button mashing.
I want to say Pokemon Stadium games. I know they have mini games, but there are mini games within a game, so.
Yeah, the main game is battling.
Yeah, I'm counting that one.
Yeah, they count. If I can make pet battles and action figure collecting count, that counts. For sure.
Okay.
Next question comes from Dan. Hi, Dan. Welcome to the Permadeath podcast.
Which Dan?
Daniel Hong.
Oh, Daniel Hong.
The only Dan I know. Dan asks, favorite setting / world ever in a game? Thanks, Dan.
Xenoblade Chronicles, without doubt.
Wind Waker.
Warcraft. All of Warcraft. World of Warcraft for me. or Elder
See,
Scrolls.
Bill, you'd
but-
like the world. You'd like the world in Xenoblade Chronicles because they're so big and expansive that they're sort of like sets that you would see in an MMO, but it's
Except without
player.
other people.
Yeah, except without the people.
everything I've seen of
And
Xenoblade
Mechon that screw you over at every turn.
looks great. I definitely need to start it. But yeah, WoW for me. I love all the Warcraft zones. I love all the lore behind it, and it's just man, that's just good stuff.
Though this answer could change next week if they fuck up everything in the last like 5 hours of the game. So
Well,
we'll see. Did I say next week?
yes.
We are recording again next week.
Are we not?
All right,
I doubt it somehow.
I'll
Hey,
try it.
we
I'll
could.
try it.
Yeah. I will accept partial blame, if not most of the blame, for there not being episodes recently. Purely because of my work schedule not meshing with Eastern America
I think you're alright somehow.
or normal people. So, yeah,
Any
That was
more
a thing.
questions?
there are. I don't know whether they're joke questions or not.
Oh, it's those ones.
Yeah.
Nah.
Okay.
All right then. These are all directed to Ebby.
Okay.
Why is Pokemon 3D? It looks really bad to me.
Pokemon in 3D looks really good, apart from they haven't got the skin colors right yet. But Pokemon's good in 3D, and I like it.
I like it too.
It's alright. I feel like I wish that the 3D effect actually applied outside of the battles.
Battles?
The battles. And it took me too long to realize that the general world is not 3D. Not legit 3D, 3DS, 3D. But yeah, it looks fine. It was a bit of a jump, but that's the world we live in now. All the Pokemon games will look like that. So get used to it.
Okay.
Number 2. What are y'all's opinions on JRPG Maker and the types of games people will make from it?
I don't think I have ever played a game that is made by someone in JRPG Maker.
I don't think I have either.
I own it. I tried to fiddle about with it a bit and then thought, no, I can't be bothered.
Was Suikoden made in JRPG Maker? Because in that game, a dragon makes the sound of an elephant. That's all I remember from that game.
Was Shenmue made in JRPG Maker?
It was a very forceful, like, pause.
I was looking at something and then I heard it. I'm like, and then I was like, oh yeah. Welcome to the Shenmue cast.
That's gonna be a thing, isn't it?
Ooh, I
Hey,
should.
you're gonna have
Starting podcast.
You're gonna have a Fallout Star Fox cast. Bill will have the Shenmue cast, and I'll
We
have.
just splinter off into separate, like.
I
Are you
don't-
kidding? I want a full episode of Permadeath dedicated to Fallout 4.
There'll be 2 episodes that week. One by Ebby, and one by Bill and I.
I'll play it. I'll be playing that shit.
Yeah.
Better believe it.
As far though. But
Last question.
last question: Akiba's trip, undead and undressed, best gave ever or no?
Just realized there's a typo in the question. I read that earlier before we started recording. I didn't even notice. Wow.
No.
I
I own it. I haven't played it yet.
I'm not
really.
looked at it.
Thanks
Those
for your- thanks for
all
the
of those were from
questions.
Euclidwood Hell Scythe.
Don't fuck with Euclid Hellscythe.
Except we just did 3 times.
They'll fuck you
Uh,
up.
For some reason, I've always read that as Heli side, like helicopter. Oh my god, I can't read.
For the longest time, and I still continue to do it, I think that the Final Fantasy expansion is called Hell Sword, Heaven's Sword, not Heaven's Ward. Because that's an awful font.
I would not hold that against you, because of the way it looks for sure on a glance.
Like if you're just glancing at it,
Yeah.
Heaven's Sword makes sense. What the hell is Heaven's Ward?
I have to play the game before I know.
Yeah, it cost me like £100 to do so.
Well,
Ba, 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 ba.
So yeah,
I'll wrap it up.
that pretty much wraps it up. I don't know if
Yeah.
anyone's got any. I don't know whether I should say, but I feel like if I do, it'll sort of hold us to it. Bill and I, as we mentioned earlier, will be playing Rocket League against Andy and Matt from Vector Gaming.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be recording our side. They'll be recording theirs. So expect that in the next week or so, I guess, to show up.
Mm-hmm.
I won't be there, so enjoy it. Enjoy it while I'm not there, guys.
It's guys' night. This is guys' night on Rocket League.
Playing a manly game.
Oh, it actually
is in the evening, isn't it?
Football.
Yeah. So that should be good.
Look forward to that. It's gonna be fun. I'm gonna wreck everybody. I'm
Play
just
some
kidding.
games with
I'm just kidding.
I'm gonna sit back and let everyone else play because everyone's better at it than me.
I'm gonna play some after we end this podcast.
All right then. Are you gonna play ranked or are you gonna play? You're gonna leave it open for me to join you.
We could play.
Yeah. Get some practice in.
There we go. Yeah, let's play.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening, everybody.
Yes. Thank you. Maybe
Thank
one
you.
next week. Maybe not. It'll be when it'll be. Hopefully not 2 months again.
There's some games coming out and stuff, so
Summer is a bit of a dry spell, really.
I'll probably want to talk about some stuff. Mad Max coming out. I want to get Until Dawn.
Fallout. That's not till December.
We'll put a pretty active back half of the year, I think.
Is it November?
November the 10th.
Yeah, it was not in December.
So you're not going to get it till what date? What day is the 10th?
Tuesday?
Yeah, usually it should be a Tuesday.
Yeah, it's 10th. So you might get it by the Thursday. If I can't get game to.
Oh my god, did you guys see that? I want to buy it. Did you guys see that Yu-Gi-Oh game on PS4? I want it.
No.
If it's the same one that's on Xbox, is it like Pokemon the trading card game?
Legacy of the
Color.
Duelist. Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
Well,
I hear
it's like playing Yu-Gi-Oh.
It's very cruel. Like there is one character in
The Exodia thing.
Yeah. So
What?
So there's a character. It's one of Steve's. You'll be playing him, and you'll be in like round 2, and he'll play Pot of Greed, and then he'll play like 3 other cards, and in a single turn he summons Exodia.
What?
Yeah, I really want to get it.
What's this game called?
Yu-Gi-Oh! Legacy of the Duelist. You can play through all the storylines. It has all 6,000 something cards that you can collect in booster packs. And you can play online. And I always loved playing Yu-Gi-Oh! In real life. And
It's on PC though.
and I kind of just want to get it. Like, it's just even just to play through the stories and like collect the cards again and like just play it. Like, it's interesting, and I've heard pretty decent things about it.
I hear that it's a perfectly competent Yu-Gi-Oh game.
Yeah.
Aside from the Exodia bit, which may well be patched. I don't know. Yeah,
It's not out on PC, is it?
it's just PS4 and Xbox One.
Fuck my life.
Just get a PS4 and then pay £20.
Oh, yeah. Just get a PS4.
Yeah.
The money you don't have.
Well, I mean, I have it, but I need it. I need it for Amiibos and Fallout and.
But it's actually got Yugi in it.
Yeah, it's every
Oh,
protagonist.
that's nice.
It's like the ultimate Yu-Gi-Oh! Fan service game.
I hear you like Exodia. So face him forever. So.
Cool.
Finish.
Yeah.
Good.
Thank you, everybody.